So this is a highly requested video topic that I'm gonna speak on in this video tonight, and it has everything to do with covert narcs and what to expect, how to spot them, and everything else. Because it's wild, bro. These people could literally be anybody. It could be one of your mates. It could be a family member, a sibling, your spouse. I've done many calls to people, coaching calls across the world. 20 years marriage with a covert narc. They finally took their mask off. Blah, blah, blah. Like, the list goes on. So, what you guys have to understand first and foremost is that these individuals live a life of hell on earth. Like, it's hell. And if you've ever dealt with one of these individuals, you come to realize that something with them is just off. It's just different. There's a different kind of mental turmoil that they go through. And as long as you're around them, you're going to experience the hell that they have to face. Like, the amount of stuff you've seen, imagine what they feel on a daily basis. I even have friends, bro, their own parents are narcs. Like, it's completely insane. But just imagine what they experience, their thought processes, like their emotions, how they feel, like all those types of things. Just imagine how it is for them not being able to live life just kind of fluently. Things are going good. Things are pretty stable. Things are going well for yourself. That does not exist with those individuals. It's these, it's hell on earth. It's darkness. It is toxicity. It's, no words can quite describe how bad things are for these people. And the reason I know it's that bad is from the experiences that I've had in my life around some of those individuals, seeing how quick they can turn. They can act like your friend. They can act like they're on your team. They can act like they got your back. But they don't, bro. They do not. Something happened to those individuals to make them that way, and whatever happened to them is the single reason why they can treat you the way they can treat you and have no remorse. You could be you could be the sweetest person on earth. You could be the kindest person on earth. The most giving, the most kind, the most loyal, caring person on earth. You can never, and I mean ever, keep the narcissists in line. They will totally destroy you inside and out. As long as you have an attachment to these people, you are done. They will destroy you inside and out. They live a life of hell on earth. They will take you right there with them as long as you're attached to them, as long as that's still your best friend, as long as you're still close to your parent. I'm speaking whoever is dealing with any of these situations. It could be anything. Or some of you in a 20-year marriage where you have kids with this narc and things are just, you have to deal with all their stuff. It's quite a, they simply cannot help themselves. They couldn't help themselves to save their lives, bro. Like I'm telling you, full well. They live a life of hell on earth. They don't think the way we think. They don't feel the way we feel. And they can't just stop what is happening. There's something different about it. Very, very different. And these are the types of individuals that will hide. They will hide their intentions at first. It'll be the best thing you've ever seen in your life at first. It'll be the best friend you've ever had in your life. All until you start to see the truth of what's going on. And that is up to you to cut them off or to not. I know a lot of people in marriages and they're still in them, but if they were smart, they would get out. Because your life will take a downward spiral, bro. As long as you're with those people, you can't stay up. You can't keep a sane mind. You can't think clearly. Everything will burn about yourself because something happened to them and they are burning in hell. They try to stay afloat. They try to be normal. They try to be a person, but they just can't. They cannot do it, bro. Something overtakes them. And this is what I'm trying to explain as to why they're covert. They're not just narcs. They're covert narcs. Covert, they try to hide it. Covert, they act normal. Covert, they use their little manipulation tactics to get right in to do what they want. And eventually, everything exposes itself. And you are a witness. You are a witness of those things. I've heard some horror stories. I've seen some pretty scary things myself. And the most important thing is that you just know who you're dealing with. That's what's important, because you cannot let them get in your head. You can't let them make you believe that you're bad or something's wrong with you or whatever's going on. You have to always remember who you are, because they're going to try their dirty little tactics to throw you off, to make you believe that you're the problem, something's wrong with you. The reason they did this is because of you, da 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 da. It's all because of you. They blame you for being the best person that was probably ever in their life. And it's a pretty insane thing. Like, the amount of things I've heard, bro, it's out of this world ridiculous, and there's no winning with the covert narc. Like, none, zero. The only way to win is to get out. You don't stay in, you get out. And it's like anything. Once you come to the realization of what you're actually dealing with, that's when you gotta get out. And you cannot let them manipulate you into thinking otherwise. Oh, I'm gonna change, and all this stuff. Because they will do anything, they will say anything to keep you hooked. That is what you guys cannot let happen. You guys have to cut ties. If you have to block them, block them. You should not be keeping up with their page. You shouldn't be keeping up with anything they're doing, because that attachment, that bond, that trauma bond, the way you got love bombed, it has to come to an end. That shit, bro, has to come to an end. You have to cut it off. I'm telling you guys right now, take my word for it. Cut them off. Do not look back. Keep living your life. It will get better. I've been through this shit. And I've rejected the same person that tried to come back after all the same crazy stuff happened. And I just knew I just knew in the back of my mind, nothing has changed. This person is not capable of changing. Some of them, bro, are good at putting on an act for years. That's a scary thing. But if you're wise, if you're slick, if you're smart, you can put a stop to those things fairly quick. Because you're going to notice the subtle things. You're going to notice the little things, the little red flags. The things that you need to see, you're going to notice those things, and you're going to know that this is one of those kinds of people. They're not like us. They are not. They never will be us. They will be that forever. And some of you guys, you hold on to the hope that your spouse is going to change. You just hope. You hope and pray so much that they will change. You're going to stick by them because they're going to change and all this stuff. But I'm telling you guys right now, a covert narc, they ain't going to change. They will not change, bro. I swear on anything. If you guys know you're dealing with that type of individual, you got to get out. You have to save your self and stop trying to save somebody who don't want to be saved, who cannot be saved. They're in the pits of fiery hell. That is their life. That is their lifestyle. They can't get out of it. You cannot get them out of it. You could guide them. You could try to help them. You could do whatever you want, bro. It's not going to actually work. It's not going to actually get them out. There's something inside of themselves that they have to figure out, and it's so deep rooted that they ain't going to figure it out. They're not going to do it. They will be that until death itself. They will never be like us. They don't process things like us. They don't think of life and people and things like us. They don't cherish people like us. They don't think about how somebody else feels the way we do. Because our actions can affect the way others feel. We think of that before we act. Let's say if you had somebody over and you just got yourself some water or a drink, started drinking it, and you didn't even offer somebody else in the house a glass of water, a drink of anything, but you had a drink yourself. That's exactly what one of those types of people would do. So you cannot do this. You can't do it. They can. You couldn't. I couldn't. They can. Why? They don't think about anybody else's needs. They don't care to think about it. They just don't care. They don't have empathy the way we have it. They don't feel the feelings we feel. It don't even come to mind for them, bro. It don't even come to mind. The only thing they can do is put on an act like they like you, like your friends, like that girl, she's so into you, or that guy, he's so into you, oh my God. But they're not. They're not into you because they're not even into themselves. And I don't mean that way into themselves, because that should be weird as hell. But they have no self-love, so they cannot love you back. If a person does not love themselves, they cannot love you. It's that effing simple, guys. If you guys have a wife right now, 20 years or whatever, and you kind of are getting ideas and you think things like, man, this is bad, she's not going to change. Like, this is bad. I don't feel the love. I don't feel like she loves me. You might want to think twice about continuing on with your life with that person. Because it's going to rob so much pure love and joy from you. You guys don't even understand, bro. You guys don't even understand. You would feel better to be by yourself than to be with that person at all. They just want to get in your head, bro. They want to get in your head to make you believe otherwise. But that is not the truth. It is not the truth at all. You guys can't let this happen, bro. You can't live that much of life with these covert nerves. You can't. You cannot do it. Like, I genuinely feel that I beat the curse a long time ago, because a person I once, loved and cared for, it left. When things happened, those feelings that I felt left. And I knew it was done forever. I knew it. I also had a very good feeling this person was probably going to come back at some point. 3 to 3.5 years later, they come back. And I wanted, there wasn't a single percent inside of myself, guys, that wanted that person back. I mean, not a percentage, 0%. Like, I'm good. Nothing to me was like, no. I just don't. I'm not mad at you. I don't feel anything. I just don't. I know what this is. That's where you guys have to get to, bro. And if you know what something is, the worst mistake you would ever make is convincing yourself that they've changed or something has changed when you feel inside that they probably haven't, but okay, we'll give it a shot. You guys are going to end up in the worst position you've ever been in your entire life if you guys actually go forward with another step with that same person. That'll be the worst behavior you've ever seen in your entire life. I don't even know what that's like, because I didn't even go for it. I wasn't even in that, but I know for a fact if I did, it would have been most likely. And from everything I've ever heard other people go through, that is how it ends. So, last thing, you guys have to cut the fucking tie, bro. You guys have to cut the rope and free yourself so you can stop bleeding, because they're making you bleed. They're going to drive you insane. They're going to convince you you're a bad person. They're going to convince you that you're not good. They're going to convince you of all this stuff. And it's actually what they are. It ain't you, bro. It's what they are. They are that. You could be the sweetest person on earth. They'll try to tell you that you are like that when you've done nothing but amazing things for that person. That's what it's like. And the reason this happens is because they live a life of hell on earth. Just imagine how they feel, bro, inside. To be able to do something like that to a genuinely kind, sweet person. Imagine the hell that they are living through on a daily basis. And I'm just going to leave the rest of that with you guys after that. But that's what it is. And anyways, guys, if this video could save one person, one couple, one person of any sort, then I've done my job. Do not say I didn't warn you. Keep your head up if any of you guys have been through this stuff before and you're now in a healing stage. I've been there. It is tough, but it will make you into who you're supposed to be at the end of the day, bro. It will make you tough. It will give you that alligator thick skin that you need. And you're not going to get hit the same ways ever again that you got hit like before. It'll never happen like it did before, bro. It never will. And that's if you've learned and grown from the situation you've been through. That is it for tonight, guys. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.